Balaji commit suicide or was he killed? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
I will voice record or note assist, and we can transcribe that and you can use that as the intro to my show.
Arnab's 2024 wrap-up, politics in retrospect. From clashing egos to collapsing alliances. (2024) political recap, milestones and mistakes. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
The biggest news, the maximum headlines, the big breaking news from the Supreme Court right here at Republic Media Network headquarters. I'm Ridhimanand Bhardwaj.
Kejriwal goes all out with freebie politics. Faith-based freebie politics under scrutiny. Salaries for priests essential or pre-poll gimmick? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Wait. This is an excellent article. Let me just summarize it and take it at the end of my bulletin.
OpenAI whistleblower's mysterious death in United States. Balaji's parents challenge suicide theory. Did Suchir Balaji commit suicide or was he killed? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Just a moment, I'll just get you my avatar. Let me show you this feature and sketch this for you.
OpenAI whistleblower's mysterious death in United States. Balaji's parents challenge suicide theory. Did Suchir Balaji commit suicide or was he killed? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Wait. This is an excellent article. Let me just summarize it and take it at the end of my bulletin.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The fight that's going on in Delhi between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, because truly it's a fight between the AAP and the BJP, and the Congress, in my view, is a side story. It's reached a point where the issues they are raising and the competitive politics over central issues is so great that neither side is looking at whether the issue is constitutional or not. I'm speaking here about the race between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party to incentivize, pay and give salaries to religious functionaries such as imams among Muslims, granthis among Sikhs, and pujaris and sadhus among Hindus. Kejriwal says that he is going to give a fixed stipend to Hindu pujaris and Sikh granthis. And ladies and gentlemen, he claims that he's already been giving 18,000 rupees per month to imams in Delhi. It's another thing that the financial situation in Delhi is so bad that this money has not been given to 250 imams for 17 months. But that is not the point. My point is, even if the BJP wants to give a fixed salary to pujaris or to granthis, and if the AAP wants to give a fixed salary to imams, it is wrong. If we are a secular country, then this is wrong. The Constitution does not allow or permit any government to take the money from the taxpayer and then give the money to a religious functionary. It does not matter if the BJP is giving the money to a pujari, that is wrong. Equally, it certainly does not matter if the AAP gives the money to an imam, it is wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Article 27, and I will read out, no person shall be compelled to pay any taxes, the proceeds of which are specifically appropriated in payment of expenses for the promotion or maintenance of any particular religion or religious denomination. So when you have a scheme like the quote, Pujari, Granthi, Samman, Yojana, then you are misusing taxpayers' money for religious purposes. And all that Arvind Kejriwal is trying to do now is balance it so that he is not accused of being pro-Muslim alone, because he has been giving, or has at least promised to give 18,000 rupees per month to imams in Delhi. Article 25 says very clearly that there is a freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. And as per the Representation of People's Act, in any election you cannot invoke a religious call. So this itself is wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, equality before the law. Article 14, the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. Ladies and gentlemen, when Article 14 clearly says that every citizen shall be treated equally, how can Arvind Kejriwal cherry pick preachers of some religions and then give them monetary benefits? So my point is that whether the BJP does it for pujaris or the AAP does it for imams, it is wrong. This is bringing in religion in governance. Ladies and gentlemen, religion in politics is bad enough, but religion in governance goes unquestioned in the name of fake secularism. That's debate number 1 tonight at 8 p.m. viewers. And at 8:30 p.m. tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the parents of the OpenAI whistleblower Sushir Balaji on why they feel their son's death is extremely suspicious. At 9 o'clock tonight, at the end of the year, I'll look back on whether Indian politics is back to square one. And at 9:40 p.m. tonight, ladies and gentlemen, building up to the SpadeX launch at 10 o'clock, Nambi Narayanan will be joining me to explain the significance of that major event at 9:45. And here are the headlines this Monday evening on the debate tonight.
आज इस योजना के ज़रिए हम इसे मैं वेतन या तनख्वाह नहीं कहूँगा, एक तरह से इनका सम्मान करने के लिए इसकी घोषणा कर रहे हैं कि लगभग 18,000 रुपये महीना इनको सम्मान राशि दी जाएगी हमारी सरकार बनने पर।
Weeks ahead of elections in the national capital, Arvind Kejriwal announces that if his party wins the Delhi Assembly elections, then they will give 18,000 rupees per month to Hindu priests in temples and granthis of Gurudwaras under a new scheme. The BJP calls it the politics of appeasement. A month after the mysterious death of OpenAI's 26-year-old whistleblower Suchir Balaji, his parents continue to demand for justice. Suchir's parents say private investigators hint at struggle and even possible murder. Elon Musk himself is backing Suchir Balaji's parents for an investigation. ISRO to sign off 2024 with the SpaceX mission. The liftoff is scheduled for 10 p.m. from Sriharikota tonight. The mission will demonstrate India's capability for orbital docking, a key technology for future space missions. And tonight, our first focus, ladies and gentlemen, as the Delhi elections draw very near, the Aam Aadmi Party, realizing that it has been promising 18,000 monthly salaries for imams alone, which by the way have not been fully paid, is now promising a similar stipend/salary for Pujaris and Granthis, the Pujari Granthi Samman Yojana. I personally believe, ladies and gentlemen, that governance should not include paying salaries for religious functionaries. Do you agree? Let's debate.
The Aam Aadmi Party is on a freebie spree in the national capital. Days after its own government departments called out its bluff, Arvind Kejriwal has announced the Pujari Granthi Samman Yojana for religious leaders. Under this scheme, Pujaris and Granthis will receive a monthly salary of 18,000 rupees.
इस योजना का नाम है पुजारी ग्रंथि सम्मान योजना। आज इस योजना के जरिए हम इसे मैं वेतन या तनख्वाह नहीं कहूँगा, एक तरह से इनका सम्मान करने के लिए इसकी घोषणा कर रहे हैं कि लगभग 18,000 रुपये महीना इनको सम्मान राशि दी जाएगी।
This even as the imams of the Delhi Waqf Board knocked on the doors of Kejriwal over non-payment of dues for the last 17 months. An appeal fallen to deaf ears, the same Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government is engaging in faith-based politics ahead of the elections. The BJP has cornered the Aam Aadmi Party over its seasonal appeasement model.
2013 से ये मौलवी और इमामों को तनख्वाह दे रहे हैं। 58 करोड़ 30 लाख 90 हज़ार रुपये अब तक दे चुके हैं, लेकिन मंदिर के पुजारियों के लिए इसके पास पैसा नहीं था। आज जब चुनाव सर पर आ गए और इन्हें लगा कि खाली मौलवी और मौलाना से काम नहीं चलेगा, तो इन्हें राम याद आने लगे हैं, तो अब ये मंदिर के पुजारी ग्रंथि की बात कर रहे हैं।
With this, is the Aam Aadmi Party taking freebie politics to the next level? Would it prove to be a googly for the BJP to handle?
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Priyanka Kakkar of the Aam Aadmi Party, the chief national spokesperson, and taking her on is the BJP national spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla and Ratnakar Tripathi of the Congress Party joining us from Varanasi. I shall first start with getting a first answer in from Priyanka Kakkar. Priyanka Kakkar, you have not been giving, I believe that you should not be giving money to pujaris or granthis or imams. The state, you are doing something illegal. The state is not in the business of giving salaries for religious functionaries. Be that as it may, you've not even given the imams the money you said you would give them. And now, since you don't want to be seen to be anti-Hindu and pro-Muslim or anti-Sikh and pro-Muslim, you are saying, never mind, we'll give Hindus also. If you wanted to give Hindu pujaris 18,000 rupees a month, what was keeping you back for the last 5 years? What was keeping you back for the last 5 years? Priyanka.
Good evening to you and all the fellow panelists and the viewers. Arnab ji, I don't see that you raised any objection when the Haryana government CM Khattar was facilitated by the imams for hiking the honorarium by 50%, annually 5% raise in their salaries. You did not raise any objections to when the BJP raised the salaries of imams in Haryana. But if we do it for pujaris and granthis in Delhi, suddenly you think it is illegal because that is your understanding of the law. It is a flawed understanding. You should also question the BJP why couldn't they do it, and why shouldn't they do it in all of the other states? You know that priests are our medium from, in our culture, in our Sanatan Dharma, we believe that the priest is the bridge between us and God, and there are several pujas that we conduct. He's with us through the times of thick and thin. So if they are given a Samman Rashi, I would not call it a salary. If they are given a Samman Rashi after, everyone in Delhi getting free bijli, free pani, free shiksha, free swasth. So where is the issue? Why can't BJP also do it in other states when they claim to be such champions of Hindu rights? हिंदुओं को इन्होंने महंगाई में मार रखा है, हिंदुओं की कहीं भी फ्री बिजली नहीं है भाजपा के राज्यों में, और हिंदू प्रीस्ट को अगर हम लोग कुछ कर रहे हैं तो इनको विरोध किस बात का है? इनको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? इनको हमसे सीखना चाहिए और 25,000 कर देना चाहिए अपने स्टेट्स में. What is the problem?
No, I still don't understand out here. I mean, the problem is that, in my view, let me make it clear, I have never supported any religious functionary, Imam, Maulvi, or Granthi, or Pujari, getting a salary from the state, because I am clearly of the view, this has always been my view, that the law does not allow it. Now, point is, Shehzad, are you going to get into a competitive? Are you going to get into a competitive discussion on this as well? Will you compete with the AAP on this as well?
Let me just reiterate one by one whatever she has said. She has spoken for some time now. Sanatan में priest is the bridge between devotee and God. ये 2024 में समझ में आया. 2013, 2014, 2015 में समझ में नहीं आया. Just before the election, and you are giving the Maulvi salary from 2019 when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal very proudly said वक्फ के लिए तन मन धन सब फिदा कर देंगे. So from 2019 मौलवी को दे रहे, और अब जाकर priest को देने की बात, अब जाकर पुजारी और ग्रंथी याद है. In Punjab you promised, and see the credibility of Ghoshna is on the delivery. In Punjab you said 1,000 rupees per woman you will give. 2.5 years of government, how many have you given? You are in government here, why you are announcing?
No,
you
but
start
answer
giving.
her question. She's saying here, one minute, I'll let you complete. But I do wish to focus your attention to the fact that she has said that in Haryana, you increased the honorarium for imams. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
I am not going to fall into the trap of the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, whatever claims she makes. This is the same people who have claimed that we are giving 1,000 rupees per woman to women in Punjab. 2.5 years, you show me 5 women they have given to. 5 women. In Punjab they have a government, no LG, no BJP. 5 women if they can name. In 2019, they launched a scheme for Dalit children that we will send 100 Dalit children abroad on the Sarkari Kharch. If they have sent 500 children, every year they were supposed to send 100, then I will change my name, tell her to show me how many children they have sent. Now let me complete my point. The point I am trying to make is that in 2019, you announced it for Maulvi. Why you forgot the Hindu Pujari and Granthi there, point 1. Point 2, in Punjab, what the wrong thing the Granthis have done there, why have you not announced it there? Point 3, you are talking about Sanatan. Your leader Manish Sisodia said that Ram Mandir ki jagah institute ban jaye, university, hospital ban jaye. Never you will say about Vatican or about Mecca Medina. You are the one who depicted the swastik. Sir, let me complete. You have depicted swastik as if with a jadu being used to hit the swastik sign. Your leader Gopal Italia made fun of satsang. Your leaders and alliance partners have said Sanatan Samapt, Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha Naach Gana hai. What action did you take on them if you are such a big champion of Sanatan? And finally, last point. You know, in the scheme, Arnab, they have said we will give pujaris and granthis. There is no mention of priests. Ours is Miss Kakkad saying priests are unholy. Now Miss Kakkad have shown that they think priests are not holy. Why has priests been left out?
1 minute.
Why have Catholic priests been left out?
Thank you. I want to bring in Ratnakar Tripathi on this. And this is the point. This is the point where it begins to descend, viewers. If you're watching this debate tonight, you have 3 major political parties of the country, all who are going to go down to a race to the bottom. The Congress party will not deny that it's a good idea or a bad idea to give stipends to imams. And now that they see the BJP will do it for the pujaris, they say yes to the pujaris. So all the money of the national exchequer, ladies and gentlemen, will not go. And there are enough young people out there who need jobs. You need to go down to the streets of Delhi today to find out how the poor people are actually living their lives in the bitter cold. But all that the BJP and the Congress party, BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in this case want to do is compete with, I gave money to imams, did you give money to Hindus? Why didn't you give money to granthis in Punjab? How much more did you give? How much more will I give? And this I consider to be a race to the bottom in terms of governance. Ratnakar Tripathi, what is your 1 minute? No, I'm going to after Ratnakar.
After Ratnakar, please give me an opportunity because
sure, Ratnakar. Thank you, Shehzad. After Ratnakar, Ratnakar Tripathi, please. What is the Congress party's stand on these stipends?
Yeah, I will talk about my stand. I don't think there is a problem. And if you want to impose your views or enact your views and policies, jump there in the political arena. Do be the policy maker and policy implementer. Otherwise, your views matters to only the viewers and few other peoples, if they think. And
no, sorry, Ratnakar Tripathi, you can't talk to me like that. No, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I'll tell you one thing, Ratnakar Tripathi, we have a constitution in this country and you are holding a view that unless somebody is a professional politician, you have a right to not to speak about anything else. I can speak about it as a journalist and as a citizen. Whether you think my views are matter or not is for you to decide. But I certainly don't think any politician is greater than any citizen. In today's India, you should not have this kind of attitude. According to Article 27, let me nail you on this now. According to Article 27, pull out Article 27. No, pull out Article 27. Pull out. A very healthy debate. What is Article 27 in a healthy debate, sir? Article 27 says that no person will pay any taxes if the proceeds of those taxes are appropriated for payment of expenses for the promotion or maintenance of any religion. This is the article which you say we swear by, but obviously you don't. Because according to this article, such salaries paid to religious functionaries are by definition patently illegal, sir. So please read the constitution before you speak, Mr. Tripathi. Yes.
See, are you done?
Read the constitution.
Please don't interrupt.
No, read the constitution.
Sincere request.
Respond to the point I made on Article 27.
Constitution more than you do.
No, then respond to the point on Article 27.
Stop law.
No.
You are not.
No. You respond to the point on Article 27.
I am from law school.
No, you may be from a very good or bad law school. You are obviously a bad student.
You do
what is Article 27?
अर्नब जी ये क्या है आप
मैं क्या है नहीं है आप अनप्रिपेयर्ड हैं आपको मैं 27वें आर्टिकल के बारे में डायरेक्ट सवाल पूछ रहा हूं तो आप इसमें विचलित हो रहे मैं आपको पूछ रहा हूं हैव यू सीन आर्टिकल 27
आप अगर चाहते हैं मैं आपसे लड़ाई करूं तो मैं
लड़ाई तो मैं कर ही नहीं रहा
चुप होइए मुझसे बात
मैं आपको बहुत आराम से और बहुत धैर्य के साथ बात कर रहा हूं कि आर्टिकल 27 से आर्टिकल व्हाट डज आर्टिकल 27 से
At least have the patience.
What does Article 27 say? Because I didn't get personal. You started by saying your views don't matter, nobody matters, we matter. Then you get into policy. If you're not a politician, your views don't matter. This arrogance was reflected by you.
I'm saying that
do you realize the world in which you live? You know the number of people watching the show who think that you're an extremely arrogant person? How can you talk like that? If you're not a politician, your views don't matter? What kind of a politician are you? Your views don't matter if you're not a politician. How could you talk like that?
क्या तरीका आपका?
अरे आपको ऐसे बात नहीं करना चाहिए।
मैंने आपसे बोला कि अगर आप अपने व्यूज को लागू करना चाहते हैं, इंप्लीमेंट करना चाहते हैं, रोल बैक कर लीजिए। मैंने कहा if you want to enact your views in policies, come to the political arena.
What do you mean enact my views in policy? I am simply asking you that the Constitution says, 1 minute. Answer specifically. Don't be patronizing to me. Mr. Tripathi, don't you dare talk to me like that. You cannot speak to me in that indecent manner. Mr. Tripathi, your language is unacceptable. Your attitude is unappropriate.
On the behalf of political class, I want to make an interview.
No, my point is, I am making a point. The response of a politician cannot be, अभी आप political arena में आओ या फिर कोई सवाल मत पूछो.
This is not the attitude.
ये क्या attitude है?
I disassociate myself from this attitude. Let me just make 2 points.
Go there.
With great respect.
I will be the happiest person if you move to the court.
Arnab, may I come
Go to the
very-
court.
I think
I am not
logically
going.
we have to debate
If you
this
think
issue.
it is against constitution,
No,
go to the
I
court.
have a logical.
One minute. Do you
I have a
believe-
logical and intellectual intervention.
No, you make your
towards
point to up because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
the two parties in battle on this.
Having said
Ask
to up,
BJP
with
government
utmost
to
respect
scrap
to you
everything.
also, I want to have a conversation with you. One point, just one point. And first of all, I don't think anybody needs to be in political arena. They can have their views and you have a very legitimate view. Arnab, you're quoting out of constitution and you're entitled to. But Arnabji, with greatest of respect, no religion should be treated unfairly is also written in the constitution. But in India, we are seeing state governments, they impose the temple tax. Mosque don't pay, church don't pay. So I would request Priyanka ji that if you want to give to the Granthis and Pujaris, very good. Why you have not given in Punjab? Why you slept for 10 years? You are giving for last 5 years to Waqf and to Maulvis, but you are not taking anything from Masjid. टेम्पल से तो आप पैसा ले रहे हो और टेम्पल को वापस दे रहे हो. Now I have 2 points of intervention for Priyanka, very small, 2 points. One, that madam, is church and priest bad for you? That's why you have kept them out. Point 1. Point 2, do you regret that you abused and insulted Sanatan and your allies said Sanatan Samapt, Hindu terror, etc. and you're still with them and now pretending to be very pro-Hindu? 3, why have you not done for last 10 years? And 4, कितने महिलाओं को पंजाब में 1000 रुपए दिए? कितने महिलाओं को दिल्ली में 1000 रुपए दिए जो आपने मार्च 2024 में बजटरी प्रोविजन किया और दिसंबर में जाकर कैबिनेट नोटिफिकेशन निकाला. दिस मीन्स यू आर ओनली डूइंग ठगाई, cheating, and even Sajid Rashidi, your vote bank, they are standing outside in the cold.
Okay,
250 Maulvis are standing saying, 17 महीने से कहाँ गया केजरीवाल?
Okay,
हमें दे ही नहीं
Priyanka, okay,
रहा.
now in the interest of time, I'm asking Priyanka Kakkar to respond to you.
Yes.
And I request you also.
Yes.
She listened to you. Did she speak a word when you said no?
No,
so you
she
listened
has to answer.
See,
1,000
see
rupees
Priyanka,
per
she is
mahila.
coming back to the same point which he made at the start. Why did you not give an equal sum, if you're a secular party, to Hindu pujaris or granthis earlier? A. B. Why don't you give a similar allowance to granthis in Punjab or to pujaris in Punjab where you are also in power?
Arnabji, with all due respect, I would first like to categorically state that I do not agree with your interpretation of Article 27. Secondly, when it comes to Shehzad Poonawala's question, my simple question is, what is their reason to continue to ignore the Granthis and Pujaris to date? ये तो आज तक नहीं किया और ये हमसे पूछ रहे पहले क्यों नहीं किया? इनसे पूछिए कि इन्होंने क्यों इमाम्स की सैलरी बढ़ा दी हरियाणा में, उसके लिए इन्होंने वाहवाही लूट ली, पर आज तक इन्होंने क्यों इग्नोर किया ग्रंथी और पुजारी को? हम तो आज से कर रहे हैं ना, हमारी तो 10 साल में सरकार बनी है ना, उसमें 10 साल में हमने कितने काम कर दिए? आप इतनी पुरानी पार्टी, अपने आप को सबसे बड़ी पार्टी कहते हैं, आपने वक्फ एक्ट तो पास कर दिया सेंटर से, आज तक आपने क्यों नहीं पुजारियों के लिए और ग्रंथियों के लिए कोई एक्ट पास किया और आज तक क्यों नहीं आपने किसी स्टेट में स्टार्ट किया? हमने 10 साल पहले करना चाहिए था. आपका ग्राउज ये, आप अभी भी क्यों नहीं कर रहे? मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है.
I think you should take that. Why? No, you're questioning her on why. I repeat that all for the English audience only. Shehzad, you are questioning her, she says, for why you are doing it for Granthis now. She's asking you, not just in Delhi but elsewhere in the country, you've also been in power. If you're so keen on it, why haven't you done it? Or are you just in this game of, passing the buck to each other? Firstly, I stand with my interpretation of you. Both of you should not be doing it. But you answer her now.
First of all, Arnabji, with utmost of respect, she has first of all not told us about why in Punjab they have not implemented. Secondly, I am saying it on record and please check it.
1 minute, she's having an audio.
No, she can have the issues. अभी वो क्या है, पंजाब का promise पूछेंगे तो incoming बंद हो जाता है. जब promise delivery का पूछते हैं तो incoming बंद हो जाता है. In Haryana, there is already a board set up for the welfare of all the religions, priests. Please go and check the facts. ये facts देखे बिना और facts को काट देना. Fact कटुआ, clip कटुआ and fact कटुआ party. Now secondly, I am asking very clearly, you are in power here. आप जहां पावर में हैं वहां पर घोषणा क्यों करना है? वहां पर इंप्लीमेंट करना है. और मौलवी को तो 5 वर्षों से मिल रहा है, अभी 17 महीने से नहीं दे रहे. 5 वर्षों से मौलवी को दे रहे थे, तो मतलब मेरे पुजारी और ग्रंथी को 5 वर्षों से क्यों आपने अन्याय किया? 5 वर्षों से क्यों अन्याय किया? और जहां तक सवाल है सनातन का, तो मुझे बता दीजिए. Now first she is saying that we are doing things for imam, then stop calling us anti-Muslim. Secondly, who has built Kashi corridor? When Kashi corridor was being built, Sanjay Singh has opposed. He has shouted and he has opposed that why are you spending the money on Kashi corridor? When we felicitate the Kavadiyas, that time Sanjay Singh starts shouting, why are you doing for Kavadiya? These Kavadiyas are gundas. When we are doing the corridor in Ujjain, that time they say, why you are spending the money on Ujjain corridor, Mahakal corridor? When we are resurrecting and doing the expansion of Somnath Mandir, they say, why you are doing it in Gujarat? Gopal Italia uses satsang. When the Ayodhya Mandir is built and the people are going there and we are making the arrangements there, they say, why are you
forget all that? Are you against the Pujari? Are you against the Pujari Granthi scheme? Are you against or for it? Are you for it or against?
I am saying something else.
Are you for it or against?
I am saying 5 years ago you should have done it.
Yeah, but now you're for it. Now that they are doing it, now you're for it.
They are not doing it. There's no scheme. This is false promise. False promise like they made in Punjab. False promise like they have made elsewhere in the country. Kahan hai 500 naye school?
Okay, Priyanka Kakkar. No, on this. I'm not talking schools now. I am not talking about the schools now.
They are defrauding the Pujaris and Granthis.
I am not talking about the schools now. Okay, Priyanka, today your leader Arvind Kejriwal met Pujaris and Granthis from different parts of Delhi, right, at his residence. We have the BJP national spokesperson who says that this is a fraud scheme, that Arvind Kejriwal and the AAP government does not intend to pay them anything, is using them.
Kejriwal is fraud, not the scheme. Kejriwal is fraud. This is not a scheme, this is a ghoshana. केजरीवाल फ्रॉड है, वो घोषणा करके भूल जाते हैं, अन्यथा 1000 रुपए प्रति महिला पंजाब में. Otherwise she will twist my words.
Are you working with the BJP Congress in using such phrases for Mr. Kejriwal? Because they've been using similar phrases. So it appears to me that you're in close consultation with the Congress.
Oh really? We have been saying it for 10 years. Congress was in alliance with them 3 months ago. Why they realized so late?
Ms. Kakkar, are you going to implement it? Why should anyone believe it? Firstly, I repeat, I completely disagree with your disagreement with me on Article 27. I request you to read it and then come back to me on whether I'm right or wrong. The question is this, Ms. Kakkar. Point is this. It's not about that. If you have you paid the imams what you promised them? Have you been paying what the imams what you promised them? Or is it true for a year and a half you've not been paying them?
Too many questions. Too many questions, too many interruptions, too many charges. One, when I expressed my disagreement with your understanding of Article 27, I assure you I did that after reading it. Secondly, when it comes to Shehzad Poonawala screeching, I mean, he is calling somebody fraud. अभी 5 साल पहले इनकी वीडियोस हैं जो कह रहे थे मोदी जी नकली हिंदू हैं, 4 धाम की यात्रा भी नहीं की होगी. You want me to play that video? This man is an opportunist. He will go anywhere where he thinks.
Stop using AI generated stuff like
Ambedkar. उस टाइम AI नहीं था. उस टाइम AI नहीं था.
No. See, there where you switched. No. Priyanka, you are moving away from the issue. Shehzad, I'm not interested in your old videos, new videos, past videos, present videos. 1 minute. Can you stop? You know, the point is both of you.
Yes.
And there have been some ugly situations regarding both of you in the past. So I'm treading with caution regarding specifically Priyanka. No, can you not
take my name in the same sentence?
I'm asking Priyanka Kakkar again. Priyanka, a very specific question, not too many. Is it true that you have not been paying the imams what you promised them for the last 17 months?
It is correct, and I assure you it will be rectified very shortly.
Why is that?
And that had happened because of certain roadblocks created by the... I am assuring you that it will... See, what had happened is before... For example, I'll give you the MCD example.
Oh God.
इनको चुप करा लो यार, ये बहुत immature.
Can you not heckle, gesticulate? Yeah, it's not necessary.
What, you want me to sit with my finger on my lip?
No, I'm not telling you finger on your lip.
Finger on my lip, ma'am.
But
please explain technical reason.
You guys are trying to trigger a reaction in each other. Can you be quiet?
Technical reason,
no, did she... Let her finish.
Maulvi Maulana.
Can you Shehzad allow her to complete? See, this is Shehzad. You must let her complete what she's saying, and then it's on record. No, she has admitted right now that there has been a problem. It will be corrected. Let her expand on it.
Yes.
And then I will ask her the question. No, don't do that. Yeah, continue, please, Priyanka.
Will you also promise me to ask him that why did they hike the salary of imams in Haryana but did not implement a salary for the Granthis and Pujaris anywhere else in India?
Will
you also promise
I have
to
asked
ask
him, but he didn't reply either.
I said there's a religious vote for
I've acknowledged.
No.
It's all for all of them. answer the question.
So
can you please?
there have been several roadblocks.
Can you not do that, please, Shehzad?
Since Shehzad is always all praise for his mother, I think she should also come to debates with him so that she can control him and handle him.
What
Now,
is the point
I am
of getting my
saying-
mother into the debate? One second, Arnab, do you endorse this? My 70-year-old mother is being drawn into a debate. I take this very seriously. My 70-year-old mother, who has been a single mother, she has raised me as a single child. I think this invocation shows that Aam Aadmi Party is Mahila Virodhi. They are mocking my old senior mother. आप सारे बुजुर्ग महिलाएं देखिए किस प्रकार से मेरी माँ जिसका कोई लेना देना नहीं इस डिबेट में उसको सरेआम यहाँ पर कहा जा रहा है कि अपनी माँ को डिबेट में लेकर आओ. मेरी माँ क्यों आएगी डिबेट में? मेरी माँ जो है वो अपना काम करेगी, डिबेट में आएगी. आपसे डिबेट हो नहीं पाती. आप बताइए पंजाब की महिलाओं को पैसा नहीं दिया, क्या मेरी मदर जाएगी क्या वहां पर? आपने पुजारियों को 5 साल से क्यों नहीं दिया? मौलवी कर रहे थे, मौलवी को 17 महीने से चूना लगाया, क्यों नहीं दिया आपने? बोले मौलवी को क्यों नहीं दिया? जवाब नहीं है तो मदर को ले आएंगे.
Shehzad,
Shehzad,
you made your
my mother will not be brought into the debate.
you made your point.
Supriya Shrinet, bring my mother.
I 1 second. Can I say
मेरी
this?
माँ को debate में मत
Okay,
लाना.
she's not on the debate. I agree with you. We are not
कोई
bringing
sense था इस बात?
We are no. Anyway, she's that's a point. Now, can
Out of nervousness.
I ask you again? May I ask you this to bring the debate on track in the last 1 minute?
Without my mother.
Priyanka, you have 7.65 crore dues to the imams. On my last reading, the monthly expenditure on in salaries, interests, etc. is 2,240 crores, and your current cash reserve is 4,471 crores. If you have 4,471 crores in the bank, you can surely give the 7 crores without being reminded to the imams.
I assure you it will be done. No. So I assure you there were several administrative roadblocks created intentionally, and those are all sorted now. They're in place now. Arvind Kejriwal ji is out of jail now. This will be done very shortly. I assure you, on record, I'm assuring you.
Okay.
So the matter ends.
Now,
but I really want
no. I think I'll take that 1 minute. And Priyanka Kakkar and Ratnakar Tripathi and Shehzad Poonawala and Ratnakar Tripathi and Priyanka Kakkar. As always, it's a pleasure and in advance to the three of you. Let's have a great 2025. Thank you very much. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a very, very important development we need to talk about on the debate right now. It has been around a month since the very, very mysterious death of very bright 26-year-old Suchir Balaji, the young whistleblower, against ChatGPT's makers OpenAI. Now, Suchir Balaji was found dead in his apartment under what seemed to be very mysterious circumstances. This came just days after his sensational expose publicly of the alleged copyright violations by generative AI companies, including OpenAI, one of the largest artificial intelligence companies on the planet. Now, many people, including Suchir's parents, and as of the last 24 hours, even Elon Musk, believe that the suicide theory, which was floated by San Francisco police, does not hold ground. First, take a look at this report, and then we will talk to Suchir parents who are lined up and who will be joining us on the other side of the story.
Suchir Balaji, a bright graduate in computer science from the prestigious UC Berkeley, made his parents extremely proud when he joined OpenAI, the makers of ChatGPT, at the age of just 22 years. Suchir, an Indian American, was a researcher with a deep knack for artificial intelligence from a very young age. He tirelessly worked for 4 years with the OpenAI to build ChatGPT. His work involved working with vast amounts of data from the internet that became the foundation for systems like ChatGPT. Suchir was deeply passionate about the world of generative AI. However, it all changed earlier this year in August when Suchir left OpenAI and turned into a whistleblower. On the 23rd of October, the New York Times published an article in collaboration with Suchir that claimed OpenAI's use of copyrighted content for training its AI models, something they alleged was in violation of US copyright law. This is not the first time ChatGPT's makers have been accused of violating US copyright law. Multiple US and international news outlets have sued OpenAI in recent months over misuse of their IP. Suchir was no longer an ordinary 26-year-old. He was now one of the key whistleblowers against the world's largest AI company, OpenAI. A little over a month after his sensational expose on the 26th of November, 26-year-old Suchir Balaji was found dead in his San Francisco apartment, just a few hours after his last call with his family. Suchir's parents are in disbelief. He had returned from a vacation with his friends just 4 days before his death. Notably, just 8 days before Suchir was found dead, the 26-year-old's name appeared in a lawsuit against OpenAI. Questions are now emerging around the circumstances of his mysterious death. Suchir Balaji's parents, both Indian Americans, believe that there is more to their son's death than the suicide theory being floated by authorities. Based on private investigators, they hint at a possible murder angle that the authorities have not pursued sincerely and now demand an FBI investigation. Elon Musk, a strong critic of OpenAI's practices, has also weighed in on the issue, saying that this doesn't seem like a suicide. With suspicions rising on the mysterious death of Suchir Balaji, should American authorities initiate an FBI investigation to ensure there's no cover-up?
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me this evening are Suchir Balaji's parents, Purnima Ramarao and Balaji Ramamurthy. Thank you, both of you, for joining me this evening, and personally and on behalf of everyone at Republic, our sincerest condolences, sir and ma'am, on this terrible, terrible loss. I have personally been reading about this case, and I don't have the words to express how I feel or how I can convey, my personal sorrow to both of you. And I think it's very brave of you to come on my program this evening, so thank you. Is there something that either of you would like to say at the start, please, regarding Suchir and how he was found dead?
That's very tragic and traumatic moment. I think it's little difficult for me to repeat that over and over again. But it was a couple of days since we were not hearing from him, and then we filed a police complaint and called the police to come and open the door, and that's how we found the truth. But unfortunately, we were not, as per the protocol, we were not allowed to go inside. We haven't received the pictures from the crime scene yet. And at this moment, it's a lot of questions in front of us. The fact that we have come here shows that he was very brave, and he was not backing off under any situation. He was extremely brave. What we feel is it doesn't really add up that the way he went public and he openly spoke about it, and he had a publication. Someone who's that bold cannot take these kind of steps. That's our first call.
There are two things which come to my mind. First of all, he went on a holiday. He seemed perfectly all right. He seemed perfectly all right when he spoke to both of you last. And there is nothing to indicate that he would take his own life.
Nothing. He had a blast of his life. It's a tragedy that November 21st was his birthday. He celebrated birthday dinner with friends, cut his cake on 21st evening. 27th, he headed back to LA. When Suchir got out of Uber in front of his apartment complex, leasing office manager Corey saw him and he spoke to Suchir. He was happy. And we also spoke to his friends who accompanied him to the trip to LA and Catalina Island. We have the pictures, and they also confirmed he was upbeat and happy. He had a blast.
He became a whistleblower against the most powerful AI company in the entire world. Did you speak to him about his decision to go public about his concerns and what he knew about the inner workings at OpenAI or in the field of artificial intelligence And was there pressure on him after he went public?
First of all, he never shared that he is taking New York Times interview with anyone. But what he had told me was he's doing a personal research and he's going to publish an article. Let's see what happens. Kind of like a warrior like tone. He said, let's see what happens. But I only got to know after the New York Times interview went live. And I was really, really scared, and I called a few of the family friends, to see what's the implication of it. And I talked to Suchir and said, look, you should consult an attorney. And he did consult a copyright attorney. And also, he kept saying, I've not done anything wrong, and I've just expressed my opinion. What can happen from it? That's how his reaction was. Coming back to the concern, last time when we met, he did mention that lot of his colleagues have left OpenAI and they had their concerns of their own. And Suchi's concern was more of the copyright violation. And my response to that was, it's unethical. And I don't think he was under any kind of pressure, because the last time I met him, he was beaming with pride that he spoken against OpenAI. There was no such pressure seen in him.
But he would have known about what were the inner workings at OpenAI. He would have, that's my point to you. There would have been, for those at OpenAI or elsewhere who would have obviously been hit by the New York Times article and him, there would have been a concern that this young man could go public with more information, with more data perhaps.
He's already gone. And New York Times reported, he said he had a document to prove that there is copyright violation. And he had planned and lined up interviews with many other press, for example, Associated Press on December 2nd. And on December 3rd, Associated Press called on his mobile phone and we took the phone. We knew that he was planning to take illegal action against OpenAI. And we are yet to discover what that legal action is and what his concerns were. We need to get hold of his devices and explore further, do more forensic analysis to get to know what his concerns were. But my personal thinking is there might have been a threat in some form or the other. If we dig deeper, we will get it.
So there are 2 points you've just made, Purnimaji. One is that he had planned a series of other interviews with high-profile media organizations, like you mentioned, the Associated Press. Second point you mentioned is that he was planning to take legal action against OpenAI. So he had a document. You say that he had a document, so obviously someone with his background would keep files and data of what he was working on. Have those documents been retrieved? Where are those documents? Where are his personal records? And where is that data?
We have the laptop and computer in a safe lock. And when we went to his apartment, we found that after 3 days, his computer was turned on and we were able to see the computer. That's a big surprise to us because he's a very secretive person and we knew that there was a password to it. How were they able to get access to his desktop? Not the laptop. And in the desktop, what we observed is the temp files under Google Chrome. We only see those temp lines for the Google Chrome, for the Google Drive, only from 29th when we picked up his desktop, not before that. So that's something that we are trying to explore through digital forensic. We are yet to begin all those initiatives and we are taking it very seriously, doing thorough investigation.
Did anyone from OpenAI get in touch with Suchir after he became a whistleblower? Or did Sam Altman or any member of the OpenAI management get in touch with you since his demise?
For the first question, we have chat log with Suchir. I don't think he connected with anyone with OpenAI, but we need to look at his emails and other details. We don't have complete answer. Coming to OpenAI, they are trying to get us on a Zoom call or something like that. We felt they're too pushy and we don't want to talk to them at this moment. We are grieving.
You asked Elon Musk for help. I saw the message that you put out on Twitter, on X. and he is in a powerful position to help if he wishes to. We all know his views and concerns about AI as well. Do you feel that this investigation will move? Because it does need to. We cannot leave this as an unexplained event. It's far too tragic and far too significant.
Yes, our plan is to get many different investigators, not just one, a group of investigators to involve, and we want to get to the bottom of this issue. People are telling a lot of things, that there are many pointers that we were not aware, and because of holidays last week, like we weren't able to reach many people, but this week it's going to go full-fledged.
Did Elon Musk respond on DM or otherwise to your request for help? Because he was very categorical in saying that this doesn't seem like suicide. He was clear about that. But we're keen to know whether he responded in any way to your request.
Not yet, but we're trying to get in touch with him.
If he were to watch this, what would you say to him?
Look, he believes in murder theory. We need to get to, like right now, like we are fighting against the entire AI industry, which is $100 billion or more. The issue is not against one company, it's about the investment of hundreds of billions of dollars. So we need someone powerful like Elon to support our cause. That's where we are going.
Now, the news of Suchir's death also came just a day after a court filing named him in a corporate lawsuit against OpenAI. You also mentioned that he had told you or indicated that he would be taking legal action against OpenAI. Do you see a link between these two incidents?
That's a corroboration as of now, but we need to find the facts, right? We just need to get the data, without which we cannot make any accusation.
The San Francisco medical examiners have ruled out foul play. They say it's a case of suicide. As a parent, you know your child best, and you have said that we have hired a private investigator, did a second autopsy. What does that show? What do your findings so far reveal?
Sorry to interrupt. First of all, medical examiner did not do thorough investigation. He did not take into consideration that there was no death note. And before coming to conclusion, they need to look at the emotional state. Was he depressed or something? They didn't even talk to me about it. And as far as I know, they have not mentioned anywhere about the gunpowder residue or anything like that. So, within 40 minutes after he came, he made a conclusion about the cause of death. Can you please repeat the second question, Arnabji?
My second question was that what did your investigation so far reveal? Because you have said that, I saw your comment somewhere that Suchir's apartment was ransacked, that there was sign of struggle in the bathroom. It looks like someone hit him in the bathroom based on blood spots, right? But it has been so quickly declared a suicide. When there are obvious questions unanswered, when the parents are not happy with the explanation, it seems the whole thing seems to have been done in a terrible hurry to sort of try and make it an open and shut case.
And we actually found out from the autopsy that the cause of death cannot be what they declare to be, right? It doesn't approve their decision, and we tried our best for 2 weeks. And our attorney, 2 days ago, he said it's a homicide, and yesterday he said it's a suicide. And there's a lot of pressure on the city police, and there's a lot of pressure on medical examiner's office. We can see there's kind of manipulation. And what we are going to do is we're going to get his body parts and do the toxicology also on our own. We want to get to the bottom of it. We made a request to preserve his body parts for the toxicology test.
You said there's a lobby. You indicated there's a lobby that's trying to put pressure in this case. Can you elaborate?
Absolutely. The inconsistency in how our attorney was talking about this matter. Every day he keeps changing his narrative on what is the cause of death. And he tells, from past 2 weeks, he's been telling that he's spoken to chief of police and they are going to start the homicide. investigation, he comes and states it's homicide, and then yesterday he just came and said no, he shot himself. Like, he didn't. I asked her attorney, look, you need to take a look at the crime scene pictures. You need to find the position of the gun, and we need lot of details, right? The blood spot in his apartment looks like it's moved, and there are a lot of inconsistencies in the information and the narrative. You need to look at all of these, but he was reluctant to even talk to us about it.
Well, we are going to follow this very, very closely. I can share with you that across our country, across India, across Bharat, people are really, really, sad at what has happened, and they've been following the details, and a lot of messages of support coming into you right now. Suchir was an exceptional young man, just 26 years old, and great talent, and I think we owe it to him and to his family to get to the bottom of this. For joining me this evening, Purnima ji and Balaji Ramamurthy, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and we will be in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arnab ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many questions in that case, and it needs a deep, deep reporting to find out what happened. On Republic, we commit that we will follow this. On the other side tonight, on one of the last shows of the year, a true analysis of where Indian politics stands, whether we are more or less where we were last year, when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
योजना का नाम है पुजारी ग्रंथि सम्मान योजना। इस योजना के तहत मंदिरों में भगवान की पूजा करने वाले लोगों को पूजा करवाने वाले पुजारियों को और गुरुद्वारे में ग्रंथियों को हर महीने सम्मान राशि देने का प्रावधान है।
and you're watching me live from Republic Media Network headquarters.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
As we close 2024, I thought it would be useful to take a broad sweep view of national politics and understand how much has really changed in the course of the last 365 days. And my reading broadly is, ladies and gentlemen, nothing's changed. It's all the same. We're back to square one. I know Lutyens lobby, urban Naxal, Tukre gang tried very hard, but they've miserably failed. Here is my assessment of why I believe nothing's changed. Point number one. In 2023, the NDA had 16 state governments across India. Today, in 2024, the NDA led by the BJP has 20 state chief ministers in India. Hence, the NDA chief minister's tally is up by 4. Nothing's changed. In 2023, the BJP had 12 chief ministers across states of India. In 2024, the BJP directly rules 14 states. Hence, the tally of BJP alone chief ministers is up by 2. Nothing's changed. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2023, 9 states went to elections and the BJP and allies won 6. Overall, BJP had a 66% strike rate. Now, in 2024, 7 states and 1 union territory went to the elections. The BJP and its allies won 5 states. And overall, the BJP had a 71% strike rate. And if you exclude the union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, it had 62%. Ladies and gentlemen, with the inclusion of Jammu and Kashmir in the overall calculation. Nothing's changed. The Congress remains in only 3 states. They were only in 3 states last year. They are in 3 states again after 1 year. Nothing's changed. Ladies and gentlemen, Nitish left the Indie bloc, refusing to accept Rahul as a leader. Nothing's changed. Lalu Prasad wants Mamta Banerjee as Indie bloc leader, not Rahul. Nothing's changed. Sharad Pawar calls Mamta a capable leader, as people want Rahul out. Nothing's changed. Even his daughter Supriya Sule says she will be happy if Mamta becomes the India Alliance leader. Nothing's changed as Rahul Gandhi flies off to Vietnam. And ladies and gentlemen, in terms of issues, nothing's changed. The Congress raised the Adani issue in 2023. The Congress continues to raise the Adani issue in 2024, maybe in 2025 also. Nothing's changed. They demanded a caste census in 2023. Today, that is still their number one issue at the end of 2024, though they continue to lose elections. Nothing's changed. They said the constitution will be under threat in 2023 if the BJP comes back to power. The constitution continues to be, in their view, under threat as the BJP comes back to power and is very much back in power. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing's changed. 1 year and nothing, absolutely nothing changed in national politics. Let's debate.
अब की बार 400 पार. अब की बार
और भाइयों, अब पटना नहीं है, बटे थे तो एक रहेंगे, सेफ रहेंगे.
We are just hours away from an end to a heated political year.
कांग्रेस पार्टी
उनको तो संविधान शब्द भी उनके मुंह में शोभा नहीं देता है।
इसी हाउस में यहाँ हम कास्ट सेंसस लागू करेंगे। किया है तो सुनना पड़ेगा, हिम्मत के साथ सुनना पड़ेगा।
2024, a year which was seen to be the year of elections, saw a lot of ups and downs. Starting from BJP's 400 Par campaign,
2019 में देश नारा दे रहा था, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार। 2024 में हर कोई कह रहा है अब की बार 400 पार।
पहले नरेंद्र मोदी कह रहे थे 400 पार, अब 150 पार नहीं बोल रहे हैं, क्योंकि नब्ज पकड़ ली है देश की जनता ने।
to an opposition returning back with fairly better numbers but with countless rifts engulfing them.
आपने संविधान को बचाने का पहला और सबसे बड़ा कदम ले लिया है।
नहीं, राहुल गांधी तो अब भी इंडिया गठबंधन के नेता नहीं, राजनीति में कोई साधु संत तो बन के आते नहीं, सब पद चाहते हैं और वो ये देख रहे हैं, संभवतः उन्होंने इसलिए कहा होगा कि चाहे लोकसभा का चुनाव हो चाहे विधानसभा के चुनाव हो।
Despite failing on the 400 Par rhetoric, a consolidated BJP-led NDA returned to power for a third consecutive term in the Lok Sabha polls. The 8-state battle of 2024 was nothing short of intense. The BJP won in 4 out of these 8 states: Haryana, Maharashtra, Odisha and Arunachal Pradesh. While India Alliance and other parties made their mark in the states of Sikkim, Andhra Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir and Jharkhand. The EVM bogey, as usual, was back as an aftermath of the election season. The opposition resorted to the same tactic: ruckus during parliament sessions. Adani and Manipur rhetoric were once again used by the opposition leaders.
महोदय जी, ये सरकार आर्थिक न्याय का सुरक्षा कवच तोड़ रही है। आज संसद में बैठी ये सरकार बेरोजगारी और महंगाई से जूझ रही हमारी जनता को क्या राहत दे रही है?
अध्यक्ष महोदय, आज मैं देखता हूं कि विपक्ष के कई नेता संविधान की प्रति अपनी जेब में रखकर घूमते हैं। असल में उन्होंने बचपन से ही यही सीखा है। उन्होंने पीढ़ियों से अपने परिवार में संविधान को जेब में ही रखे थे।
देश जानना चाहता है कि इस हाउस की वरिष्ठतम नेता कांग्रेस पार्टी की, उनका क्या संबंध है, सोनिया जी का क्या संबंध है सोरोस से?
जो मुद्दा अमित शाह ने उठाकर डिस्कशन में वो लाए थे, इन्होंने बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर का अपमान किया, संविधान का अपमान किया।
Yes, there have been marked differences in the approach that political parties have taken, but are we back to square one in Indian politics? Are we back to where we started at the beginning of 2024?
Welcome everyone. R. Rajagopalan, Advaita Kala and Ravzafar Sareshwala on one of my last programs of the year. And Lokesh Jindal, Renu Mittal, Iftikhar Misgar, all joining us from the other side, from Nagpur, from Delhi and Jammu respectively. Ladies and gentlemen, Piyush Joshi is joining us in a bit. You see, Renu, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could have been worse. So, at the end of the day, when I look back, I gave some figures. Nothing's changed because the BJP has further consolidated power in the center and the states, right? So it's a bit of back to square one, right? How does the non-BJP side feel at this turn of events? Renu? Lokesh?
Yes, good evening everybody.
Since you are back to square one, right? just exactly where you were last year. How does the non-BJP side feel about this turn of events?
No, absolutely not. It's not the square one. In fact, if you look at what has been happening globally, we take examples of Sri Lanka. Economically, we saw that the entire regime shifted towards center left because the policies of the government, they were not in sync with the people's requirements, and it was only catering to a selected corporate lobby. Similarly, we saw along the peripheral area, whether it is Bangladesh and other neighboring states, there are tendencies that the people, they have rejected some form of an authoritarian regime in one way or the other. Presently, if I look at the economic turmoil that is taking shape globally and the debacle at the parliamentary general elections, I see that right now the government at the center is at a tight spot. It is facing various challenges, and it is finding it very difficult to balance the what is there with itself and what is the need for the economy as well as the society.
Right.
So I would say at this point of time,
So I take it from you that your first point which you're making tonight is that reality does not matter to you. The fact that you were wiped out in Uttar Pradesh does not matter to you. That you were wiped out with only 16 seats in Maharashtra does not matter to you. That you were wiped out even in Haryana does not matter to you. So I think it's a very good position to be in, Advaita, if one side says that the reality does not matter to us. We will take heart at the fact that a leftist leader has come to power in Sri Lanka. That is what matters to you. Advaita, your first response, please.
You know, putting it in the global context, Arnab, of all the elections that have happened post-COVID across the world, only 15 governments have repeated, and Prime Minister Modi, needless to mention, has been repeated, despite the anti-incumbency globally in democracies post-COVID. So I think it's incredible, this achievement. You may, if you're going to view things in the global context, please acknowledge this as well, that he has managed to hold on to power in the largest democracy, the most vibrant democracy in the world, after a catastrophic COVID wave, which has swallowed up governments across the world. So I think that's one thing that is pretty exceptional from the global context. And the move to the right or the left, I mean, how does it matter? You know, Trump is coming in America after having been so-called, been booted out by the left or the woke left. It's been a complete rejection of the woke left in the United States. And it just goes to show how people are just getting back to common sense and delivery. And that's really all they care about. Not necessarily all this kind of identity politics where however you want to, whatever garb you want to put it in, across geographies, across the world, it's just not working for the people. They want delivery, they want consistency, and they want leadership that tells them as it is. And I think that's a great testimony.
But you know, the worry will be out here, Mr. Rajagopalan and Renu, let me draw you in, that the opposition will be worried that it does not want to end 2025 in the way that it ends 2024. Because it's very sad. Now, they may get desperate. I find it interesting that Lokesh started by talking about Sri Lanka. In the same way that probably he romanticizes the military coup of Muhammad Yunus in Bangladesh, and why Salman Khurshid said what happened in Bangladesh can/should happen here. So is it possible that they may get more interested in street wars, street politics in 2025 because the electoral route doesn't seem to be working for them? Mr. Rajagopalan.
First of all, Arnab, I say 2024 is a tremendous year for Mr. Narendra Modi, because in Jammu Kashmir, Mr. Omar Abdullah took oath of office in Indian Constitution. That's a great victory for 2024. 2024 will also be remembered that Mr. George Soros' move through Rahul Gandhi failed in India. Third, Naxals, totally isolated in Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and other places, Mr. Amit Shah says in 2026 we will wipe out Naxal, but they are taking the but like a urban Naxals. Now come to the point exactly. In nutshell, I say 2024 exposed Mr. Rahul Gandhi that he is a gas balloon. And George Soros, I will compare Mr. Lokesh Shandal's Sri Lanka episode with great amount of that. That is why Mr. Dissanayake went to India first foreign visit, and surrendered before Mr. Narendra Modi, that thereby becoming a part of India alliance, in the sense India with anti-China. So India could neutralize Sri Lanka. George Soros again failed, I would like to say. Repeat, Rahul Gandhi gas balloon exposed.
So, one thing, let's talk a little bit about Rahul Gandhi, Renu. You have deep affection towards him. My point here is, however, that with the BJP vote share at almost 37% in 2024, which is around the 37.3% which they got in 2019, at the end of the day, and with a string of assembly victories after that, and with the usual attitude, of the non-serious politician, which the Yogendra Yadavs and other, YouTubers have tried so hard to change. I must say, Renu, my heart goes out to these rubbish YouTubers. They work so hard for Rahul Gandhi. 1 year he could have stayed in India. But even during the period of national mourning for Manmohan Singh, he flew off to Vietnam. So, may I get your comment on Rahul Gandhi? One, the disenchantment of India allies. B, the lack of serious campaigning, which even Omar was compelled to point out in Jammu and Kashmir, in Haryana, in Maharashtra, right? So is he sort of stepping aside for Priyanka to take over, which the Lutyens lobby would want? And has he failed at the end of 2024? Has he again failed to deliver?
We can end the year with a big laugh over Arnab Goswami's comments and his conjectures over what is happening in the Congress party. The fact is that the highlight of the year for me was the 240 that the Narendra Modi government got after having raised expectations to the sky of 400 plus. So what has happened is it's been a huge reality check for the BJP government, for the Prime Minister, for Amit Shah, and for all the others who are part of that bandwagon. Now the fact is that this number has put paid to a lot of plans of the BJP that they wanted to do. So prominent amongst them is the constitution issue. Now when you talk about 1 minute, Rajgopal.
Renu, Congress.
1 minute. Renu and Rajgopal are about to fight. I'll place them on a versus.
1 minute.
And 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I'm only saying. Okay, Renu Mittal and Rajgopal are going to go into war on this. I will allow them, please.
Congress failed. Why should Priyanka Gandhi come now? Why Congress failed?
Rajgopalan is my very dear, very good, he's my very good friend. My point is not that. My point is that you can't interrupt like this, Rajgopal. Nobody interrupted you. You had
are
to
saying
say.
something wrong.
Don't worry about Priyanka Gandhi. She'll find her own feet.
Rahul Gandhi also failed, He has been proved that he's a gas balloon. You must understand that. Renu, you don't speak like that, I say, because Rahul Gandhi failed. You understand that.
I understand a lot of things which you don't understand.
Has he become the Prime Minister?
Rajgopal, you focus on the BJP, which is your area of expertise. Don't go into the Congress, which you don't understand.
Congress is zero.
I
covered zero
so
much
point
before
is,
you have to.
Why
should Bibi Narasimha Rao be kept outside?
I know, zero with 100 seats. Zero with 100 seats. Okay. Let's give me a chance to have my say. You can't interrupt like this, it's not good. You had your say. The fact is that one nation, one government could not be introduced with the numbers that they wanted. They need 3/4 majority.
What did Congress gain? What did Congress gain?
So the lot of plans of Mr. Modi are at a standstill.
Louder, please.
And I think if you want to discuss the Congress, very good. The Rahul Gandhi is going to launch a 1-year agitation starting from 26 January, where the Constitution, the Ambedkar issue, the insult to Dr.
Adani,
Manmohan
he will
Singh,
again
etc.,
pin
etc.,
Adani.
all going to take. It's going to be a huge, long padyatra where he's trying to connect with the people. So what I'm saying
But
is
I
that
want to
on
ask
both
you,
sides,
I want to ask
there
you
was
this, Renu,
euphoria in the Congress
Renu,
at getting
I
the
wish to
numbers
intervene,
which
please.
they didn't- I mean,
Renu,
they
I wish to
wanted more,
intervene in this
obviously,
friendly
they didn't
bout
get.
with that you're
And
having
within
with your old
BJP,
friend
there was
Rajagopalan.
despondency because
You
they
see-
got much less than what they thought they would go or hope for. So
You
the
know.
point is that that was really the highlight of the year.
Okay, thank you, Renu.
Hello.
Thank you, Renu. You see, I tell you this.
highlight
Usually,
of
one
what
second.
happened. So for Rajagopalan to bring in Mr. George Soros,
Renu,
it's
thank you very
pathetic.
much.
Why would
Thank you. Renu, can I please come in, please? Thank you, Renu. This is me, not Rajagopalan. Don't speak over me. Listen to me. See, the point is, you're very senior, Renu. I don't like to speak over you.
So if when Arnab says, is it going?
Louder, I can't hear him. I can't hear her. Don't bring her audio down.
A lot of things have changed.
I can't hear her in the studio. Now, thank you. 1 minute.
Lot of things.
I'm telling my producers. There is an audio drop for you that has happened technically. I have nothing to do with it. My point, which I have nothing to do with this, ladies and gentlemen. My point right now is, see, Piyush, Iftikhar, let's be a little candid, okay? It's not working out. Again, at the start of another year, and right now Rahul Gandhi is going to turn 56 this year or something, and he's been around in national politics for about 25 years. He's on the wrong side of his 50. He's about 56 now, I think, this year. And then if someone were to come and say this year, Piyush, look at what she says. This year, he is going to start walking and try and connect with the people. My point is, if you're 56 years old, you haven't started connecting with the people despite all the efforts, and you're saying this year we'll connect with the people.
And the yatra was a big...
No, every year. No, there is a limit. People will say, oh, no, you can't. No, listen to me. It's like saying that Milind Soman, right, will make his debut on the ramp.
What is
I
the
mean,
problem?
Okay.
if you're 60 plus, you have not debuted on the ramp, you're not going to ever debut.
Can you give me the chance?
No, I'm going to Piyush. This is a strange situation, viewers. I believe there's a number of inaugurations a person can have.
You're changing it now.
A film can't be premiered 20 times every year for the last 25 years. Piyush, what do you think? I'll come to you. Piyush, what is the best option for the opposition now?
You know, the best option for the opposition is that 2024 has been a suboptimal year. There's no doubt in my mind to that. We lost two, or at least the India Alliance lost two of these states which they should have won. One is Haryana and another is Maharashtra. You know, so there is always room for introspection. There is always room for improvement. So you must always introspect and analyze and reboot at times when the situation demands it. So as far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, we opened our account in Jammu and Kashmir, but we lost Haryana badly. So we have to introspect that how can we do better in the months to come, because the challenge which is right there for the Aam Aadmi Party and all its supporters is the Delhi elections, and how to do well and how to defeat BJP, you know, in the national capital once again. So I think the time for analysis, and at times in certain states a time for complete overhaul of the system is right now, because at times it's now or never. Like I come from the state of Madhya Pradesh, if you don't change the way you work, and it applies to the whole alliance, then you are in the soup, and things are going down south for you. So I think yes, the opposition must introspect. 2024 has not been as rewarding as it should have been, but
but you are not setting the agenda. You see, 1 minute. You're not setting the agenda. I'd like to go across to Zafar Sareshwala, and Zafar, with the two issues of caste census and Adani, how effective can the Congress be? There are two issues which they present: caste census and Adani. My view is the Adani issue is over. You can't keep, rehashing it every time. Is it enough to threaten the BJP, or will the BJP be very happy with the combination of Rahul Gandhi and Adani as the issue? Or will they still be very comfortable with it?
In fact, Arnab, BJP is in much better position now than what they were in May or June 2024. And you know, the best part of BJP is that they learn from the mistakes. They did commit a few mistakes, and for that they got some less seats, but they overhauled it. And you could see immediately the result of that in Haryana. They improved in Haryana, Maharashtra you can see, and also Arunachal Pradesh.
But
Maharashtra
they lost,
was very important.
but they couldn't win
In fact,
Jammu and Kashmir.
Just 1 month
they
before
couldn't win
election.
Jharkhand.
But Jammu and Kashmir, no. Jammu and Kashmir, Arnab, they have been strong where they were, in Jammu. In Srinagar, that Kashmir part, they were not strong. But they have improved on what they were in June 2024. Now coming to your question, Arnab, this was the most foolishest thing for for Congress party to rake up Adani and Ambani. You tell me, Arnab, an ordinary poor or middle class, lower middle class voter, what has he to do with what Ambani is doing or what Adani is doing? I mean, that was a failed thing. In fact, BJP would be happy that Congress party continues with these things. And also outside the country, you see, Sri Lanka. I mean, why would Indian government be bothered who's coming in power in Sri Lanka, whether right-winger or a left-winger or a communist, and for that matter, Taliban. In fact, now India has the best relationship with Afghanistan, much better than what they have with Pakistan. Tomorrow you'll see the change in Bangladesh also. These are logical conclusions. Very sooner than later you'll see. Already India has sent 27,000 tons of rice to Bangladesh.
So I think they are already
consolidating, and the issue of caste.
And it's just, it has just hit a rock bottom right now, sir.
The Modi government will improve relations with Bangladesh also. And that problem of minority bashing in Bangladesh, sooner than later, that will also come to an end.
No, but let me put it this way. How many people...
Just allow me.
Okay, Piyush is coming in on a 3 versus 3.
Just allow me a quick counter to what Zafarji has said.
15 seconds.
Zafarji.
15 seconds.
Zafarji, you can take my counter question.
What has money...
No, he's throwing a counter question to you. Zafar, the counter question is to you. The counter question is to you, Zafar.
Just one question, you know, how does it concern the poor and the middle class of this country when we raise issues of Adani and Ambani? 12.3 lakh crores of NP has been written off in last 1 decade. That's how it concerns. And that is what the opposition is trying to explain to the people of this country. We are partially successful in that. We'll be completely successful in the coming years. So, and can you explain how this 12.3 crore of NPA was written off?
No, the point is, I'll tell you what. One minute. See, Piyush, I'm not taking sides on this, but let me... No, 1 minute. I'm not taking sides on this, but I'm telling you something. See, Piyush, I have 2 things to tell you. You can throw any numbers on NPAs. Ask anybody, including after the program, look at the mirror and have an honest conversation with yourself. You know how the mantris used to call people to give loans when the Congress party was in power? You think we have forgotten Colgate? You think we've forgotten the system of Sifarish which operated when the Congress party was in power? In fact, your party, the party you support and have been fighting elections from Aam Aadmi Party, used to point only that. Let me go back here. Iftikhar Misgar from Jammu and Kashmir perspective. Remember how in 2024, Omar Abdullah told the Congress to buzz off when they asked for 2 ministries. For me, that was a reflection of the true power equation. And the BJP is working with Omar, because Omar realizes he needs to be in power in Jammu and Kashmir and keep a good line of communication with New Delhi. But he told the Congress, nothing doing, I will not give you a single ministry. Right? No, so the power has shifted within the India alliance. I think it has. Iftikhar.
Arnab, let me put it in the other way around. Like BJP, this government has from day one played a different dirty politics in Jammu and Kashmir. Like they brought PDP into the coalition. Then after that, they spread the notion that there are people, and since the likings for BJP is zero in the Kashmir region, so they took the PDP away from the brains of the main population.
Then coming to Altaf Bukhari, they repeated the same case. Going back to Sajad Loan, they did the same case. Now they are trying to fiddle with the Umar Abdullah government also. Umar Abdullah, as long as this government is concerned, this government is part and parcel of the NDA. There is no second thought about it.
NDA or Indy?
Sorry, India Alliance. So let me give you the other details. See, 100 and 1,000 Rahul Gandhis cannot change the scenario in India now, because this government has spread the virus of communalism and polarized the whole country on the basis of religion. This is the country of innocent people. So they have done digging of mosques, harassment of secular people, whom you call Luthians, the people who believe into the idea of India. They have made all irrelevant on the basis of religion and their belief. So it is very difficult to bring them down.
Hey, that's not the point. You are making excuses for not winning the elections. Point is, I go back to my moot point here. Are we ending 2024? Viewers, and one point. See, Lokesh, understand one thing. I said, in fact, I'm the only consistent journalist making this point constantly. I said that, see, this is a mild anti-incumbency hit the Modi government. It's the best thing that happened to it because they're going to come back stronger. And exactly that happened. Did you predict they'd be stronger in December? On June 4th, all you people were jumping up and down as if you had set foot on the moon and there was no gravity. Look at you on 30th of December. Just look at you. You are looking so despondent. Lokesh, back to square one. You know it's back to square one. It is back to square one.
Just recently, we read a statement from Confederation of Indian Industry that in the second quarter, the manufacturing sector growth rate has plumped down significantly, and the sole reason was lack of effective demand. The policies of the government in favoring only the supply side, corporate side, it has led to a weakening of demand, and that is why there has been calls that you increase the outlays in MG Narega.
Which constituency is CII fighting elections from?
The point is it's time that the government will have to resort to populist policies. It's time that the government would have to reform its policies that are more pro-people rather than pro-corporate. And that is over here that the government will find itself in a tight spot. Now, recently, MOSPI came up with the monthly personal consumption expenditure, and it has pointed out how the trends are shifting. Now, what happened in UK when Starmer came to power? That's the left. Now, there was some form of a policy failure that took place, that occurred because the rightists, they ignored the populist demands of the people. And that impacted the government politically. And the same thing which I see now is the trend is slowly moving towards that.
You're giving a theoretical explanation, boss. We are fighting elections. You seem to be writing your PhD thesis. Rajagopalan, your reading of this. Point is, be realistic, no? Be real. You saw what happened there. If the BJP was not populist and did not learn from its mistakes, would it win in Haryana and Maharashtra? Rajagopalan.
Arnab, just Lokesh Jindal started with Sri Lanka. After Mr. Dissanayake visit to Sri Lanka, 3-day stay, what did he say? Sri Lanka soil will not be used anti-Indian propaganda by Chinese. Is it not the victory of Narendra Modi? Or is the failure of George Soros and Rahul Gandhi? Same thing.
Sir,
that will happen.
Sir, that is something Sri Lanka will always say. There was a popular statement.
You are in a paradise world. Don't think that Congress will come to power again. Congress will never come to power again because 24 is the turning point in Congress history. The last person died is Dr. Manmohan Singh. After that, Congress also had a condolence resolution they had to pay in Belgaum about the Congress demise.
Renu, you have a lot of ground to cover till 2024. There is a leadership crisis in the India Alliance, and India has never had a strong face, but there's been an assumption that Congress and Rahul Gandhi are the leaders of the India Alliance. My question to you is, why do you think this is being challenged now? Please be open-minded about it. Don't have a closed mind about it. Why is it being challenged now?
You see, whenever a party loses elections, like it has happened in Haryana and Maharashtra, there will be questions. Questions will be asked. They would need to be answered. The question being asked is that is Rahul competent to lead the Congress party, and can he win elections for the Congress party? It's a valid question. So whenever you lose elections, this will happen. Rahul Gandhi on his own part is not a very ambitious kind of a fellow, but the party would like to now, what happened in Belgavi was that they would like to restructure, reorganize and do whatever it is required. They're going on a Padhyatra. They would need
restructure
to
and reorganize with Jairam Ramesh at the center.
Asking questions.
Seriously.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, they would need to. They don't even know.
How many elections has Jairam Ramesh won?
They do not. They are bad communicators. No, they haven't. So that's what I'm saying. They would need to do all that. And Rahul Gandhi has to understand that he has to remove the dead flock from his tables. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad scene for them. Everybody in the party is talking about...
This year was a great opportunity. This year was a great opportunity, I believe the greatest and maybe last opportunity for Rahul Gandhi. But all he did, he's going to be remembered for. What is he going to be remembered for? He went to America and met Donald Lu, who is the State Department's regime change expert. He went and met Ilhan Omar. He went and met Ilhan Omar. And then he said that according to him, Sikhs are not allowed to wear turbans in India. So the point is, we have to consider this. Why is the BJP doing so well?
The point is lot of misinformation. There was a lot of misinformation about Rahul Gandhi is also in circulation.
We saw the video. We saw him
It's happening all the time.
And saying that you don't have equal rights. This is all on video. It cannot be put down to misinformation or spin. It's there. It's visible. Lakhs of people have watched it. And I think it's a very dangerous ploy to go abroad and to merge and to point to one specific identity, again, identity politics, and then to say that you are discriminated against in India is very dangerous politics, and this dangerous politics has yielded nothing for him. It really has yielded nothing for him. It's not even won him any credibility in his own India life. When he goes on and on about Adani, Ambani, the other party members of the India Alliance don't want to back him up. They're so disconnected with his personal vendetta that they don't even come out and speak about it. So I don't know. I mean, next year, this new Padhyatra now, another relaunch of Rahul Gandhi. I mean, we're just going to see these every year, I think, with him, till at such time as, I don't know, Mamata does a coup and a regime change of India Alliance. I think that's what's needs to happen if we're going to have a decent opposition.
Well, you know, the BJP and its supporters can keep on dreaming about a rift in the alliance. It's not going to happen. They were imagining that kind of that rift before Lok Sabha elections. It did not happen. Right now I was hearing how big a victory is the Sri Lankan Premier's statement that he is not going to allow his territory to be used for anti-India purposes. And at the same time, I'm reminded of the Hambantota port, I think a Chinese satellite and ballistic missile tracking ship is stationed there. So unless and until that reverses, the love of the Prime Minister for Adani Enterprises reduces, Sri Lanka and China are going to continue using their territory against our country. I'm just amazed and appalled.
Hambantota is not to be used by Chinese. That is the assurance given by Dissanayake. Hambantota will not be used. That is
for how many years it is on lease? For how many years it has been leased to China?
How should be? They are not going to use it. After giving the assurance by the
Chinese ship stationed there or not?
That is now.
Come on, sir. Let's just not get involved in rhetoric. Let's base our argument on facts. And these are strong facts that I'm putting forward before you. So either you counter them or you accept your defeat that no, as far as foreign policy is concerned, we have failed in Sri Lanka, we have failed in Maldives, we have failed in Mauritius, we have failed in Bangladesh.
Piyush, electoral politics, you will agree with me, is about the momentum. I concede that there was a considerable amount of momentum. You see, I'm not saying 2014 was difficult for the Congress. 2019 was an opportunity they lost. 2024, you had the wind beneath your sails. You had 10 years of what you thought was anti-incumbency. You had the entire international media with you. You had the entire digital media ecosystem. You had open AI platforms, AI platforms which were used to support. You had an algorithm-based approach. You had social media. You had an evolved Cambridge Analytica model. You had a whole lot of people.
It's probably
but you had the whole ecosystem.
Controls, police controls.
No, but you had the whole ecosystem. No, you had the whole ecosystem with you.
I have no qualms in accepting, that 2024 has been a suboptimal year. I did say that.
Every control was with
reform, reanalyze, and reboot. And move on.
No, it's not. One realization that I think the opposition has today is that they can't put all their bets on one political family. Is that too much to state? Look at the winners of this year. Look at Hemant Soren, Omar Abdullah, regional leaders.
And it will be Kejriwal in 2020.
Yeah, okay, so Kejriwal. So I'm saying Kejriwal, okay, fine, Kejriwal.
Does that make any sense?
But it's not.
They're looking after their own state. They are small states.
This is it. Small states, small parties. Zafar?
How can you even say that the coalition is together when Ajay Markan is calling Kejriwal an anti-national?
No, Advaita, you see the language used. You see the language used by the Congress supporters, small parties, small states, Zafar. Small parties, small states, we are the big party. We are a national party. Nobody else is a national party. An assumed sense of significance. Right? Who do you want to put next? Robert Vadra as your face for the India Alliance? He's ready to go.
It is the leaders like Ajay Markan and Sandeep Dixit which are at the core of
I'd get Zafar.
Cannot win a partial elections in the state of Delhi. They cannot reduce a live party in the state of Delhi, and yet they keep on calling the alliance.
Zafar, last word to you, Zafar.
And control the way they speak.
Yeah, Arnab.
Yes.
Arnab, the narrative which Rahul Gandhi has been, putting forward since last 10 years has failed. That narrative is not working. You are asking about Manipur. Yes, whatever has happened in Manipur is absolutely worrisome. But to rake Manipur issue in Gujarat or Maharashtra will not give you anything. So they don't even have the right issues to raise. That is the problem. And one more thing I'll add. After 2024 June, even the Muslim community now is feeling that they need to build bridges with the government of the day. They need to change their priorities from electioneering to education. And for that, this government is very helpful. The government in Maharashtra is very helpful, even in UP. Yogi Adityanath has been very helpful when we went to him and put a proposal about Talim Tarbiyat program. So Muslims also now feeling that Congress party is only interested in your votes.
So
they don't need you.
That is what I actually want.
So the more things change or pretend to change, or we are told it's change, in reality nothing changes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not good to end a year and begin a new year with a status quo, but we'll be keeping at Republic a close watch on national politics. Thank you very much for that. Live pictures coming in full frame from Sriharikota right now to our next breaking news story, before which we have a report. Can we go to the pictures full frame? These, ladies and gentlemen, are the live pictures that are coming in from Sriharikota, where ISRO is all set to sign off 2024 with the SpaceX mission. This is the SpaceX mission. The liftoff is scheduled for 10 p.m. from Sriharikota. Just about 16 minutes to go. This mission will demonstrate India's capability for orbital docking, a key technology for future space missions, including satellite servicing and lunar exploration. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the pictures from Sriharikota. And as we await those pictures, and I think it's going to be a fantastic way to end this year with that liftoff. We're sure it will be super successful. And Nambi Narayan's frame is being set up. Let's set up the frame for Nambi Narayan. And ladies and gentlemen, as we stay with these pictures, a marvelous end to the new year awaits all of us tonight. Here at Republic, we are bringing you live images from Sriharikota, ladies and gentlemen, where the Spade X mission, which Nambi Narayan is going to tell us more about, the Spade X mission, which aims to position India among the elite group